Now what we need is some motivation. And when it comes to personal growth, we have once again Mr. Bisi Akande. Now he is the inspirer, someone who's called to inspire individuals to be more so that they can lead and live better lives. He is a certified speaker, trainer, coach with the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team, an independent, or rather a network of independent international coaches and leadership speakers. We are so happy that you could come back today because when we started last week, we were touching on the pillars of success. We went through quite a few of those pillars, but for those that weren't tuned in last week, can we touch on what they are?
Okay. Thank you to be back here. I'm excited to be in the room again. I talk about 3 pillars, actually. 3. And I know that it could be more, but I believe that there are 3 basic pillars. And the first one is personal growth.
Okay.
That deals with you, how you grow yourself, because I believe that life begins with us, you as a person, and many times we undervalue ourselves, and that's not too good. Yeah. So personal growth is one. The second one is communication, because of course we work together. So how do we connect? How do we get to communicate properly? And then the third one is leadership.
Okay. So leadership is what we want to touch on now because we touched on the first 2 pillars last week. Leadership for many just makes reference to who is in charge of their country or their company at that point. But there is something about leadership that has to do with us as individuals. Can you touch on that?
Yeah, the truth is we always look at leadership as a positional thing. But the truth is that is the lowest level of leadership. It's much more than that, because leadership is influence, like we always say, and I believe many of us know that. And the truth is that every day we get to influence somebody. In fact, by research, everybody influences 4 people per day.
4 people?
Which means that somebody is going to do something because of what we did or we say every day. Somebody is going to take an action, and the action could be positive or negative, and it will definitely impact on somebody else. Whatever we do that impacts of someone else is actually us leading that person, leading them to do the right thing or leading them to do the wrong thing. And I believe strongly that everybody actually should be a leader. Or rather, let me say it this way, everybody is a leader one way or the other.
Well, it's been said, many different speakers have talked about the fact that to be a good leader, you need to understand how to be a good follower. But do we have enough, in quote, role models to follow at this point? I want to jump on the word you used, influence. The influencers of our time now are those on social media with large numbers of followers that are probably not even in the corporate world, they're not in government. But there was a time that we looked up to people that were heads of states, heads of parastatals and things like that. So it feels like leadership has changed. What sort of leadership should we be looking up to now?
Yeah, truth is that leadership has changed. There was the general leadership. When I say general leadership, I mean the military kind of leadership. Whoever is in charge, whoever is at the top, that's the leader. But that has changed. We moved on from there through some others. I don't want to talk about that now. But we got to a level where it's okay, maybe the leader is the kind of person who is somebody that is transformational in nature. But there's this one now that is evident everywhere. You talk about the social influencers and all that. But the truth is that I don't think that is every social influencer that is actually a good model to follow. I don't think so. What do we need for someone to follow? I think that the strong factor here, or 2 strong things that I can talk about here is, number 1, they must have a clear vision. Where are you taking me to? If you want to lead me, I need to know where you are taking me to. That's very important. The second thing is, because if leadership doesn't change things, then leadership needs to change.
Okay.
The second thing is, aside from that, what's the character you're bringing in here? Because you see, things change, but there are certain things that don't change. Values don't change.
Okay.
And we must stay with things that, if we want to lead for the long haul, then we must stay with things that will take us to the place where we can lead for the long haul. Lead even after we are gone. If I ask people now, who is the leader of Africa, I'm sure that maybe the larger percentage will tell me things like Mandela. He's not here. We don't know him. We didn't live with him, but we consider him as a leader. Why? He has some values that are still with us. And somehow, This is funny, but I like to say it. See, do you know that even dishonest people are looking for honest people to keep their things, to keep their money? They're dishonest. They look for people that are honest because honesty is a rare commodity. It's a value, and everybody wants it. So if we are going to really be leaders who must have that, then of course, to be a good leader, like you said, you must be first of all a good follower. Now, every day of our lives, we are either leading or following. That's the truth. You can't be a leader all through. If you are, if you're in your car and you have a problem with the car, you don't tell the mechanic what to do. At that point in time, he's the leader. You follow. So when you get into a place where you don't have the competence, what do? You follow.
All right. I have to say thank you to you once again, Mr. Bisi Akande here. We've touched on the pillars of success, and hopefully a few nuggets have satisfied your need for motivation today. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tell us your opinion on what's been said today, and even ask a question or two, and we'll see if we can respond. All right, then, let's take a quick break and be back with more. Thank you so much.